Hello fellow space engineers, GopeScope here from the GopeScope gaming channel, and I'm happy to welcome you to another episode in our Void Corp series. After spying on the new transfer station for some time, I finally spotted something new. I've seen a few mining barges come and go, but recently, this vessel, which my contact tells me is Void Corp's primary hauling vessel, arrived, loaded up, and then departed. Knowing from the past that non-security or defense-related vessels and their crews tended to be more open to inquiry in Void Corp, I hazarded a visit before it departed and got an up-close look at the ship. Before we get started with that up-close look, here are the general specs of the vessel, which I don't actually know the name of yet, so I will refer to hereafter just as the VCS Hauler. The mass is 766,687 kilograms. It's powered by 4 small reactors and 4 solar panels, which are supported by 7 batteries. Its thrust consists of 2.7 million newtons forward, 500,000 newtons port and starboard, 600,000 newtons retro, and 600,000 newtons vertical. Its maneuvering capabilities come from 4 gyroscopes. With its mass, those 4 gyroscopes provide a kilogram to gyro ratio of 191,672 kilograms per gyro. Its acceleration is 0 to 20 meters per second in 5.9 seconds. Its weapon systems are 3 Gatling guns and 1 dedicated Sunspider defense craft. It has a cargo capacity of 765,650 liters and features a fully pressurized hull along with 2 fully automated airlocks. Lucky for us, the pilot of this ship, very nice fellow, had to do some repairs on the exterior while he was docked and loading, and he gave us kind of the run of the ship with just a couple of limitations of things we were absolutely not to get into. So he gave us the go-ahead to kind of take a tour of the ship. So we'll leave him out here and head inside. We'll start our tour here on the starboard side, where the airlock is. You can see there's a docking connector and camera. And as we come in here, we're not hitting any buttons, but entering through the airlock and activating some sensors that automatically close the appropriate doors and open the appropriate doors and turn the vent on and off, or depressurizing on and off, in order to maintain a pressurized seal. And as we come up out of the airlock hatch, we come into the main bridge area. Kind of a nice view out the top. The main control seat, there's a button panel, and there's a text panel as well. There's a corridor that leads forward. We'll check that out just in a little bit. And at the rear here, we can see a nice view out the back as well, and the engine room area, where we have our 4 reactors that power the ship, as well as some of the batteries are visible back there, and the beacon and a couple of gyroscopes. That's kind of an engineering section of the ship. Now as we head to the port side, on a corridor here, we have a med bay and air vent. Kind of a nice view out the back. And head back into the bridge area. Can make our way towards the front of the ship. Now underneath us is where most of the cargo capacity is located. We can see that from the outside. There are cargo containers underneath us, and we head down, and we're in the kind of crew quarters area where the 2 crew members of the ship, the pilot of the defense craft and the pilot of the ship itself, or the captain, have their own seats and beds. There's also a locker that's accessible in there for their stuff. And forward here we have the other airlock that's also a hangar. So this is a pressurized hangar, and this is one of those things we're supposed to be staying away from, which is this defense craft, but as long as I don't get into it, I'm sure it should be fine. Now there's another guy out there that's assigned to defend the station, and he's been flying for quite some time, so I'm hoping if we wait a little while, he'll have to land, and the pilot of this other Sunspider will get in and we'll get a chance to see this hangar airlock in action. So we should be able to get a sense after this guy lands of just how this works. It's automated, the captain was telling me, just like the other airlock, so I would assume this pilot will get in, activate his engines, and start to move forward, and if all goes well, that rear door should close, this area should depressurize, and the hangar should open, and the craft should be able to go out. So let's head on out and get outside, and we'll wait and see just when they make their change off, which should be soon. Like I said, that other pilot's been out there for some time. He's going to need a break, and when he does, we'll get to see this other pilot taking off. So now we can see the airlock functioning on the way out as well. Again, hands-free, no need to push any buttons. It all functions by itself and keeps the ship pressurized and saves the oxygen. So now we'll just watch and see for when this pilot is going to be launching. Now, after waiting a little while, the other pilot is getting ready to turn in, I do believe. It looks like this hangar door is opening, and sure enough, out comes the second Sunspider pilot. And off he goes. So he's gonna pick up the combat air patrol where the other guy left off. While he's out doing that, and the captain is still working on the outside of his ship, let's just fly in where he just left. Now that this outer door is open, you can see that inner door is closed. We have no oxygen in here at the moment. It's depressurized. Oh, there he goes, flying by. I hope this is okay with them. No one said anything yet. Okay, so now I've approached this door, didn't push any buttons, but this hangar door is closing, and as it closes, I would imagine, yep, we're regaining pressure, and that door has opened as well. So we've got oxygen in here, and this opened automatically. And there we have it. So this is the second fully functional airlock. Works, I think, essentially the same as the one on the side. It's just rather than the outer door being another hatch, it is actually a hangar door. That's the only difference. So now I better head back out and get to my ship and get out of here before I overstay my welcome. But I think I'm going to leave a couple of my drone cameras behind and maybe tail this thing with one of them to see where it ends up going. Might be going somewhere interesting. This ship will be available on the Steam Workshop in the Void Corp collection. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more. Hey, I'm back. I just wanted to mention two things before we go. First, we just hit 500 subscribers. So a big thanks to all my viewers, and especially my subscribers. It's your support, comments, and even constructive criticism that keeps me going when I'm editing and uploading a video at 4 or 5 in the morning, which happens a lot, knowing that I have to get up with my 1-year-old just a few hours later. So like I said, a huge thanks to all of you. And second, to celebrate hitting 500 subscribers, I'd like you to name this latest Void Corp ship. I was calling it the VCS Hauler, but Hauler is just a placeholder name. So please put your suggestions for a name in the comments below. I'd like to keep something of a theme going, so like with the other ships, maybe a name that has something to do with what the ship looks like and or its function, but ultimately it will be up to you. You suggest in the comments and I'll pick one. I'll probably weight my decision to some extent on how many upvotes any given name gets. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.